Hi guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Town Hall. For those of you watching the pre-show, thank you for joining us. Let's get started introducing the crew. I am Zoia, your host, and with us are these three gentlemen. We have the man who puts the bro in Smash. It's Solid Jake. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic.
What you been up to lately? Besides, LG stuff.
Just reading all the Heroes news. We watched the developer match last week, and working hard.
Now, you're wearing a Terran shirt. Do you actually play Terran, or are you just like...
I've been playing random for probably the last 6 months, but Terran is definitely my race of choice.
Random in teams.
No, I play random in everything now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, moving on to our next member. If we were a rock band, he would be our bass player. It's Omegablackmage. How you doing,
I'm not
man?
even going to begin to figure out what that means. What... Is drummer or bass the worst? It's probably bass, right? I don't know.
No, listen. If you look at a bass player, like most people who don't know music would think the bass player is useless. But everyone who knows music realizes the bass is important. You're important to the show, just people don't realize it.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take that hidden compliment. I've been good. Playing a lot of Hearthstone and Street Fighter. Lots of Street Fighter. Good times. And catching up on Hero stuff. But, the usual.
The Attack on Titan shirt looks good on
you guys like
man.
that? Ooh, good show. Check it out if you haven't seen it.
Mikasa.
And on to the final co-host. If we were an a cappella group, he'd be the guy with the really deep voice that sounds awesome. It's Schamtoo.
Actually, I am a bassist. First off,
Damn.
I put in
and
the clause. No
basically,
offense to the bass
if anybody
players.
ever says you look like a bassist, they're basically saying you look like the loser. And I've been told that.
We're gonna talk about this later, Zoia.
Sounds good. So, guys, we have a great show planned out for you today. Let's go ahead and dive into our first topic. The Blizzard did the Q&A this week. Lots of artwork, a lot of skins showed off, and then did a show match. But let's just dive right into it. Jake, man, what did you like about the Q&A part of it?
I mean, the Q&A, since we've been researching this game so hardcore, I don't know if I really learned anything, honestly, because I've been just reading every possible corner on the internet about this game. But
yeah.
It was just nice to hear some of their design choices, and one of the things that stood out is they said they're willing to make some really funny skins for beach party Stitches and stuff like that, for a character like Stitches, but they're not going to do that for Uther. And it was just good to hear that, because I don't want to see Uther with a kegerator or keg hat or whatever they're called.
Kegerator.
Kegerator is a thing, but it's not the right word. But yeah, I'd rather not see that happen. So I think that's probably the thing that stood out the most in terms of the Q&A.
Yeah, I think you appease both crowds with that.
Yeah.
People like to see the creative side of it, but people also would like to see them stick with the lore or whatever. So
yeah,
that's a good way to go.
I mean, the quirky stuff is nice, like the ponies and whatnot. That stuff's nice, but definitely some more serious tone things is good in there as well.
Yeah, you don't want to destroy a character's lore, but there are some.
Oh, they're
going to
destroy lore, but that's a given. They already said lore is not in play here. We're gonna go, for example, you have Diablo riding a freaking little My Little Pony thing. So, but yeah, I just think certain characters you can only go so far.
Kevin, anything pop out to you during that Q&A?
I thought a lot of things were really cool. I mean, we kind of talked about. They talked a lot about just the ideas for skins that they came up with, and as Jake said, they came up with some really cool ones. But when you actually saw them, they just they had so much amazingness to them. What was it? Countess Sarah von Kerrigan.
Oh my god.
That, yep. I mean, just look at that has so many polygons in it. I don't even know how they could fit that many polygons in it. And it just, everything about their art style for their skins is just amazing. And then, yeah, as you said, we saw the pool party Stitches, too. That's a really freaking high quality skin that we saw.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
That's an amazing.
It looked great.
There's a skeleton Zergling hanging on the back of the little raft or something. I don't know. There's something hanging on the back of it. Yeah, just little
To be
details.
determined.
They mentioned they're gonna have Zergling belts on other skins that are just like from Diablo and things like that or something. Just cool stuff. But they retouched Nova's skin in was it Uther as well? And they
So they're going through all the characters and they're redoing the colors as well as their face models and everything.
So much better.
I was surprised at how much just the face actually changed the feel of the skin.
So much better.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, the art team is really going above and beyond on some of these skins.
The other thing that was really cool was they redid the colors as well, which in StarCraft 2 everything's kind of blandish in a way, like because you're supposed to be focusing on many units at once, but the way that they did it in this, it's the best way I could put it is it's very Diablo 2, very saturated, very poppy kind of deep colors that kind of clash. Like you could see Diablo like a dark red to the dark green of the background, but it was very vivid. I think they did a really good job with the recolorization, if that's the word I'm looking for.
I think it works.
I think it's right. Yeah, that's good.
I agree. I think the game looks great. I can't wait to see these skins in action. And I mean, there's so much potential for them. I mean, Merkablo, was that what it was called?
Merkablo. I like Merkablo way better.
That one is just it's so crazy, and it's so cool at the same time.
Yeah, I just wish he had a different voice pack. Like if Diablo went, it'd be so funny.
They will. You kidding me? They will for sure.
You think so?
I would pay money for
if you could check Skype, I just sent you a link for like the picture where they kind of redid the colors. I don't know if you can really see it.
If I click
there,
Skype, it's gonna fuck up the overlays, isn't it?
Okay. Then never mind. Then don't just ignore me.
Send it to me.
Nice. It looks nice.
Wait, I clicked it and it ruined everything.
Oh,
I can then hide it. There, temporary destruction. Okay, so this is actually a pretty cool picture.
You can kind of start to see where like everything's a little bit darker on the left-hand side, but like the Diablo's very red and saturated and it kind of pops out, whereas everything else kind of blends together on the other side. So
Uther does look so much better. He just looks so badass. Like
yeah.
Well,
so I think they did a really good job with the recolorization.
And there's so many like little things in the map. Like it's not the map is so far from being flat. Like they're like on what's the map called? It's called Ravenhold Manor.
Yeah.
They're like just ravens flying around and things, wind blowing, and just it feels so alive and just dynamic. I don't know. It's nice. Yeah. The caves on in the mind map.
The panel that they did at BlizzCon, they spent an entire panel just talking about all of the really super small details they put in. I was very impressed with that. It just like really shows that you can see that everywhere.
But it's come so far in like 4 months. Yeah. Like it looks so much better. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Like, I mean, it looked fine then, but it doesn't feel as much of a StarCraft 2 mod anymore. It feels like it just looks a lot better.
And that's like the one thing that Blizzard does, like the little details here and there and like the very good artwork. We can always expect that.
Yeah.
And, they already said that they really don't want it to feel like a StarCraft 2 mod. They want it to be like a full Blizzard production. It's just they've been able to skip building the engine, which it seems like they normally do for every game. And they're just able to go straight on into doing the art.
Yeah.
Looks great. Let's move on to the show match. I mean, it's the first time we've got to see Shire outside of you guys that might have got to play on the map at BlizzCon. My first time getting to see it.
They changed it quite a bit.
I think it's
mostly
such a cool
spacing,
map.
Which is huge.
But yeah, that's massive. But I think it's definitely much better now.
It was a 2-lane map. I think it was a 2-lane map on the BlizzCon build.
It was.
And now it's 3.
It was, yeah.
Which sort of gives you a little bit more presence fighting for the middle. And dealing with that when one team has both the shrines, which I think gave a very different dynamic to how the matches played out.
I think it's less snowbally than it was before. I think in the BlizzCon build it was just incredibly snowbally and probably not that difficult to, take control and just run with it. But
it was. I played on that map like 3 times, and as soon as you won the first team fight, it was just all right. We've won. Let's have our little victory dance.
It really felt that way. So.
I think we saw each team take the Dragon Knight 2 times at least. So I mean, it was a very back and forth game, but
And that was what really made me happy was this has been my biggest reservation about Heroes of the Storm so far. Seems like anytime somebody gets a little bit ahead in the beginning, they win in the end. This game and the one before that, it seemed like it was a very back and forth thing.
There was another show match that was just like that.
Yeah,
I think the first show match. I think the first
Cursed
the
Hollow
Raven.
one, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Cursed Hollow one. Yeah.
Cursed Hollow. They went back
Cursed
and forth with the curses.
Yeah. All the games have been really good, actually.
And that's what I'm really excited about for Heroes is, I mean, we hear Dustin Broward say it all the time that he'll be on the verge of losing and then they'll come back and win. That's my biggest problem with League of Legends is I'll like feed a few times and then I'll just be like, I don't want to play anymore. I can't come back at this point.
The game's over. Yeah.
I'm excited that there's a lot of ways to do that. It's just like, go grab the Grave Golem, go take these mercenary camps, take the objective. Like, there's just so many ways to accomplish that. I think that's gonna add a lot of flair to it.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, those options don't make it seem like the other team they got this, so they won because of that. We were ahead the whole time when we lost. It's very fair, and when you do, it seems like when you do lose, it's because they pull it together overall, rather than they got this one objective and they won because of it.
The one map I'm still really on the fence on is the pirate map.
Yeah. What's that?
I mean, that's just all dealing with how many numbers and
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Because I remember at BlizzCon, it was like you get the pirate to start shooting things, and that base is just pretty much gone.
Yeah, and it still is like absurdly strong from what we've seen, but
numbers at that point.
The fact that you drop your coins and stuff, and like the game can just turn around like that, and just I imagine playing that on like solo queue, and just hating my life because people.
I like this guy in chat who's just sitting here correcting us on all the names.
Yeah, Dewey's awesome, man. Oh, Jake, can you change?
We didn't do our homework.
We got it.
He changed the belt from pre-show to whatever. Yeah,
MLG for man.
That production level. Overall, though, I love the map. I think the punt is so cool. I can't wait.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's
so hard.
I was like, they called it out, and they were like, he's going to punt him, he's going to punt him. I was like, what? And then I saw somebody get knocked back a little bit. I was like, oh, come on, that's ridiculous. That's nothing. And then it happened. And I was like,
They go so far back. It's such a fun mechanic.
What I would have loved to see is he punt the guy back into their base.
There's gonna be stuff like that.
Yo,
I can't wait. There's gonna be so many cute strategies. Like you could see people like that have like Rainer's knockback. You can like have Rainer shoot him behind the Dragon Knight, and then Dragon Knight punts him into your base. There's gonna be so many cute combos we see that are just gonna be hilarious.
Yo, when Diablo gives him the alley-oop, he gives him the scoop when he puts him over here, and the dragon just kicks him like a football touchdown.
Let's talk about the scoop.
Can't wait.
I thought the dynamic that was happening between the siege tank Sergeant Hammer.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I thought that was actually a really interesting part of the game because you kept seeing him get out of position, and you're like, oh, he's just gonna. He gets tossed, and then boom, and you can just see like the mistakes being paid for very heavily. I thought that was a very interesting part of the match.
And it was really interesting to see whether or not the siege tank could be moved when it was sieged, because in a game like Awesomenauts, if you siege up as Derpal, you know you're immune to all
Make
kinds
it or break it,
yeah. But that siege mode, nope, you're sieged up. Nope, I'm just going to put you right in front of my turret, and you're going to hate this.
It was brutal.
much. You're going to run, or you're going to die.
Still, I feel like Sergeant Hammer is the master of the tickle gun. I didn't really see that much damage coming out from Sergeant Hammer for being the siege tank.
Yeah, not a fan.
I don't know. Definitely, I mean, it's.
But I mean, again,
Alpha. I think they'll tweak it. They'll tweak it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've noticed there's a talent for the mines, because you can usually it's 3 mines, and I've seen them put down 5.
We did see that. That was fun. He went straight for it too.
Level 16, the hover upgrade looks neat, but like you said,
yeah, it does.
The damage output seems really, really low for a siege tank. You think if you're sieged up, you're going to be hitting like hard, but on certain maps, it looks like you can actually siege up in the jungle or in the bushes and just hit the turrets, which is
you can hit the. I think you can hit the turret even. You don't even need to be.
Oh,
in the jungle.
you're probably right.
And like that in itself is really scary, and they have to balance the game around that quite a bit. So, but damage output, at least on the auto attack, is going to be that'll be interesting.
I feel like the hero won't be considered as much of a. It's going to be more of a push hero than anything else, I think.
Yeah, I think I
can
agree.
See. Yeah, I don't see it being much of a defensive. Any final thoughts on the show match and the Dragon Shire map in general?
I think we covered most of the parts.
I just think it looks a lot better. I'm glad they made some changes. To
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
I never got to see it pre, so everything was new.
It just looks fantastic, honestly. I think it's going to be a really good map.
All right, well, let's move on to our next topic. There is going to be a planned alpha wipe where you will get a reward similar to in Hearthstone when you spent real money. You got the Goblin Mechatort Gold card. They're planning on doing something similar with that with Heroes. And they're also going to be doing skin gifting, similar to the League of Legends model, or business model, rather. Thoughts, guys? Schamtoo, take it away.
Gifting is awesome. Me and my friends gift each other all the time. Like, I play with a group of Australians, and I gifted them all the Outback Renekton skin during Christmas. That was my gift to them. Only if they talked in the most Australian accent while they played it. Which created some incredibly hilarious matches. But yeah, just gifting in general. Because, you know, you have like a friend who's going to play like a character a whole bunch. You don't want them to be no-skinned. Yeah. You know, if they're like Zoia and they eat Cheetos cereal. And you're like, you know what? Maybe Zoia can't afford the skin, but I know Zoia would love this skin. And so Zoia would just... He'd be logging in, and he'd see that he got, you know, Cheetos-sponsored stitches.
Yo, that'd be such a good skin. No,
right?
No, it'd be awful.
Just giant, like, orange stains all over.
That's like the most exciting. That's like seriously like some of the best news though, because my girlfriend started playing Hearthstone and I've been wanting to gift her packs for a while, and it's just actually infuriating that I can't do it, because I'm used to being able to, you know, gift people on Steam and whatnot. You said League has it, so I think that's just like something that's been long overdue in Blizzard games in general.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think you can gift in the WoW store, and that's been around forever.
I mean, the WoW store is finally in game now.
That is true. Yeah.
So maybe that'll happen. StarCraft 2 doesn't really have a store, but
it should though.
It should. I agree.
The one other really big thing that they also kind of announced was the ability to test skins and heroes in single player.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Wait.
You can test champions and skins to your heart's content. I think that was what they
said single player.
Yeah, in single player.
What is single player?
Yes. You will be able to test drive heroes, mounts, and skins in a single player game prior to purchase them.
So by single player you mean it's not
like versus bots. You versus bots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like versus bots.
See, when you say single player, I think like campaign.
No, there's
I
no
was like, wait, how the fuck did I not hear about like this weird single player campaign on Here's a Storm where Uther tells you how to? I don't even know. It would be terrible.
But I mean, like, how many times? I mean, I don't know about you guys. I've played League for like 2 or 3 years now. You buy a champion, you're like, well, this champion sucks.
Another really cool thing they announced, well, I mean, it depends on where you stand on it. The in-game currency will be gold, similar to the IP in League of Legends, and you get it through playing the game as well as quests. So the quest from Hearthstone where you get gold, there will be similar quests in Heroes of the Storm, which I personally like that.
It's huge. I mean, they mentioned they wanted to do that back at BlizzCon, and that's just... It's so smart. Like win one game with this hero or something. Like just an incentive to try the new hero rotations that are bi-weekly.
I don't remember seeing.
I don't think they've announced yet.
I don't know if they data mine that, but they.
I mean, we don't even. It's still alpha, so we still don't even know like how much of this is actually still relevant for like, you know, if they're actually going to be doing these rotations and whatnot, right?
I mean,
this is stuff that we've mined from the alpha.
Right, but
it could be that they're only doing like these types of rotations for testing, you know, making sure that everybody in the alpha or the beta tests these champions.
All right. So, well, any last thoughts on the in-game model or store, rather?
I mean, it works for other games. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It sounds good.
Can't wait.
It makes the most sense. Are there going to be mount rotations? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. Let's move on to our next topic, though, which I am so excited. Brightwing, the fairy dragon, was either data mined or announced by Blizzard. I don't know which. That hero, I mean, first of all, the reason I love it is that it's a fairy dragon. That like opens up a huge possibility. Like we've always been looking at specific heroes, the main characters from these Blizzard games, but we could see like just a Zergling randomly pop up into Heroes of the Storm or any random WoW creature. I think that is so cool.
I agree. That's pretty neat. Can we talk about that passive? Just
going straight for it.
Idea. All right. What does this? All right. So when Brightwing is damaged by a non-ability damage, so an auto attack, phases out of physical plane for 1 second, preventing further non-ability damage. And this effect has a 10-second cooldown. That is nuts.
It's very Heroes of the Storm.
Don't auto attack it.
I know, but that's so unique.
I mean, it's ingenious, and it adds such an awesome level of uniqueness to its play. You know, like you have to think about who you're targeting when you're playing against it.
You know, look at a hero like Pantheon from League of Legends. He has that block mechanic, so you want to make sure you're triggering the block before you do your big attack, so you're not, wasting an attack or something. You know, there's going to be cool strategies to work around this, and it just adds so much to the game. I like that passive a lot.
Yeah, that was the thing that jumped out at me the most. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting plays coming out of that passive.
I mean, it looks like a general support character. You got the heal, you got a slow, and a dash, giving a shield. So I mean,
dash shield. Yeah.
I mean, even then, look at the abilities that it does. Like, it's allies in an area are healed. Enemies take 60 damage for 6 seconds. It's got a 4-second cooldown, so you get a 2-second window when you can cast it again, and do it for 50% up to 100%.
Yeah.
So you get that nice
first
little
silence?
Stacking.
Does it silence?
I don't think
cannot use abilities.
Got a silence.
Target enemy cannot attack or use abilities. So I don't know. Might be for silence.
With the trigger powder. It's cool because, like Schamtoo just said, we're talking about how it seems like a support, and then he pulls out all these damage. Blizzard is trying so hard to make that the case where one player can play a support fairy dragon or Brightwing, and the next player can just be like this uber DPS that's silencing and just destroying you.
And this is another really funny thing is I brought this up to one of my friends, and he goes, "Why does that fairy dragon have Berserk at level 3 right now? You can upgrade Berserk. Activate to increase your attack speed by 40% and movement speed for 10 seconds for 4 seconds." What?
Well,
what?
I mean, yeah, like you said, as of right now, it has Berserk, but I mean,
yeah, that's true.
A lot of the talents are copy paste. Yeah, a lot of them are copy paste from hero to hero.
Well, yeah. So I mean, like these are common things, but I still find it hilarious that a fairy dragon has Berserk.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's very Heroes of the Storm.
It is very Heroes of the Storm.
I love it. It's such a cool character, and like we talked about, I mean, we could see anything pop up as a hero now. I mean, just any possibility, anything from any Blizzard game. We could see like Rakanichu from Diablo 2 just pop up randomly. There's a random elite mob. Man,
bring it back, nightmares.
Like there's so much possibility. I can't wait. Brightwing looks awesome, guys.
Yeah. That probably is the biggest thing actually from this hero release. Or
I think you guys all know which hero that I definitely want. I want a peon hero.
Job's done.
Job's done.
That's a peasant. That's not a peasant.
Oh,
a peon is the orc one.
Something you're doing?
What do you want?
Doing? And then he gets attacked, and he goes, "We're being attacked."
There it is.
Good.
I would just sit there and I would
just looking for a way to throw that in.
Are we going to talk about the data mine, like likely, highly likely, very likely? Let's jump into that.
So,
why not?
Yeah, let's go ahead and skip to the next topic. The missing link, the tentative list of more heroes. Now, this was all data mined, so none of this is actually confirmed, but there's a lot of possibilities here.
So some of these are confirmed via footage. We know they're in the game and they're working on them, and Blizzard has pretty much said we're making them. Yeah. So I mean, like Lost Vikings, we know they're making them.
Jaina, we know she's being made.
We know Jaina's being made. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. All right, so Artanis.
I'm excited. I want to see a mothership.
Oh yeah,
all the time.
Hold on. We gotta skip to Ragnaros. Come on.
All right, let's top.
There's too many good
We're
ones
gonna go
here.
top down. So Artanis, just real quick, do you think it's gonna be a mothership floating around the map? Like what the hell? How the hell?
I'd be upset
How
if
the
it
hell
is.
is Artanis gonna fight?
Heroes are cloaked.
He'll be on the field.
Yes.
He'll have an ult that's a mothership for sure. You know he will.
Is he gonna
There's
fly
no
around
way.
in a mothership
Please,
core?
at the
Like, is it just
least.
gonna be a mothership?
No,
core?
he'll have a physical body. He'll have a physical body. Oh no.
Yeah, Varian is obviously gonna be
Dual wield warrior.
Yeah, dual wield warrior. Lost Vikings, all three Vikings as one character, maybe. Who knows?
During the first Q&A, I remember them saying that like 90% of the tweets they got out of them was asking about Lost Vikings, and like 100 questions, million questions. Every interview at BlizzCon was asking, "Is Lost Vikings going to be in the game?" It's so confirmed. It's so obvious it's going to be it.
Well, so that brings up a really good thing is that, it says that they have multiple references, voices, and character data, but that doesn't mean that these things aren't that like somebody pulls them in, like they get spawned or something, or maybe they're part of a map.
Right.
So let's immediately assume that these are all going to be heroes by themselves.
A lot of them seem likely, but I agree with that. Some of them could be spells, some of them they could sell voice packs.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
And the Skeleton King goes back to the Fairy Dragon thing, something that you wouldn't expect to be a hero. He's just the first boss of Diablo 3.
I mean, he's basically going to be Leoric. Not Leoric. The guy from Dota. Darn, why do I forget his name?
I don't play Dota, so.
Yeah. It is lost.
You're on your own there.
I think everyone on the second row, the very likely row, are very unexpected. Except Rhaegar. I'm not sure who Rhaegar is.
They've mentioned Azmodan.
They've met.
A given.
Kel'Thuzad's one of the ones that we actually wanted to see as a hero, as well as Vazh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but Rhaegar. It's
good to see
the
them.
only one I just don't recognize at all.
And Maiev was. I have no idea how the heck to actually pronounce the name. I think it's Maiev.
Maiev, yeah.
Was one of the Warcraft 3 heroes, if I remember correctly.
She was actually Illidan's love interest. And then
you get to play her for part of the campaign. I think you had a couple solo missions in Warcraft 3 or Frozen Throne.
And in Burning Crusade, when you kill Illidan, Maeve's there, and she's there for the killing blow.
So,
I meant she was actually already a playable character in the Warcraft 3, so I wouldn't be surprised if she actually is a champion because. Is
she mounted? Is she riding a tiger?
More than likely.
No, she's like she's like Talon, kind of in a way from League of Legends. Like she's got these really cool stealthy maneuvers and whatnot. And she shoots out blades everywhere.
Okay, sounds right.
And
then real quick, we've seen Chen, we've seen Cho'Gall, Sylvanas is on the poster. The Blade Master was in Blizzard Dota when we first saw that. Jaina we've seen. Murky is awesome, and I'm incredibly excited about.
Schamtoo even brought up the Butcher before, so let's go.
We've seen the Butcher. We know he's in it. We've seen Thrall. We've seen Rexxar. We've seen Anubarak. But Lili, Mechatork, and Zul'jin are all just phenomenal.
Well, Zul'jin's gonna we had to predict that one. He's the new war chief. So
I think we did see him too. But yeah, no, he was a given, definitely. But Mechatork and Lili and Murky, oh man, I don't even know what the hell Lili is gonna play like, or Murky.
Let's go to the three best ones by far. These ones are so cool. We got Cenarius, Ragnaros, and Phoenix.
Oh man!
First of all, Phoenix is
yes, I mean, we talked at great lengths about Phoenix last week, but that'll be pretty awesome.
And Darwin,
it's like all of our prayers from that episode were answered.
We're just
excuse me, all
answered.
I think we are. And Ragnaros
is like one of the iconic WoW bosses, and he's might be a playable character. Are you serious? That is so cool.
I don't even know. He's gonna have his hammer.
I don't even know. I actually hope he's not a playable character, and there's a map designed around Ragnaros being a boss.
Oh, yes.
What I was gonna say.
Blizzard, hire this man.
I want to Ragnaros and Major Domo and all of them just
Dude, a molten core map would be so cool.
Yo, Corehound farm.
Oh man. And then Cenarius, of course, that's such a cool pick.
He's gonna be very cool.
As soon as you run into Ragnaros' room, he says something, but I forget what it is.
It's been so many years, man.
No. And what if you kill Ragnaros on the map and he's a PvE guy and you pick up Sulfuris, the Hand of Ragnaros, and now your character's just running around with a giant freaking mace and just like thwacks people. These are just random ideas I'm throwing out there, but how cool would it be?
It would be pretty sick. I will not disagree with you there.
Well, let's move on to our little special segment here, guys. We're going pretty quick, so let's spend a while talking about it. We last week, if you guys tuned in, we did a lot of character design talk. We talked about characters we want to see, how they would play in game and stuff. This week we tried to do it a little differently. We did a more in-depth look at a hero that we wanted to see, and we chose Garrosh.
And I think he was a no-brainer. Seriously, like, if you play Hearthstone, you play Warcraft, Garrosh is one of the biggest badasses in the Blizzard universe. Like, and the fact that we haven't seen him, like, is actually really surprising to me, honestly. But yeah, let's jump in.
Yeah, OBM, you want to take it away with talking a little bit about some of his abilities?
Well, first of all, we're definitely going to be seeing a rage mechanic of some kind. I think that's just kind of a given. Q is going to be a charge. I don't think there's too many characters with charge abilities right now. Stunning them for a certain amount of time. Mortal Strike, probably dealing some kind of heavy damage, reducing healing received. Second Wind, consuming rage, and then healing for a certain amount. And then, Jake, you want to go over the ults?
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much going to play like he's going to be the Fury Warrior, like you explained with the other abilities, the Charge, the Mortal Strike. But, Intimidating Shout, some kind of, CC that disorients the other enemy team. Just in team fights, it's going to be invaluable. And Desecrate, that was the idea behind that was his raid fight, right? And Jared, I think you're the only one that's actually done the raid fight. So, I mean...
Yep, we wanted to incorporate something from the raid encounter. We thought that would be kind of important. The way Desecrate works is he throws his weapon at the ground, and then a big purple swirling vortex, not vortex, it doesn't suck you in, but like a void appears. Take damage when you're in it, and it's a really cool ability. A lot of characters have a wave clear, or just some form of AoE. Garrosh should not have one with the abilities we decide, so, incorporate that from his raid fight. He's got a little bit of AoE,
I think it would be kind of one of the ults has a shorter cooldown, 40 seconds at maximum. Intimidating Shout, on the other hand, would be like just incredibly powerful for team fights, so probably a longer cooldown, like the more like 120-second cooldowns. But what is it? I think it's Sergeant Hammer that has one of her ults is like I think it's actually only 30-second cooldown, maybe even less. Maybe it's severely less, not like 20 seconds. So I think that might make more sense for Desecrate to just be high damage, but nothing like absurd, really.
Yeah.
I think Desecrate would be a great asset, but I'm looking at Intimidating Shout, and I'm just imagining like an entire team's worth of CC. Could you imagine just like running into a middle of a 5v5 and just like launching that out?
Can you imagine
But there's a lot of that. Like
I know, but I'm imagining how satisfying that would be.
And someone runs into like a tower and just gets obliterated. Like, be so good. They just run all over the
if
place.
your tower's not out of ammo.
Right. Oh yeah. Towers seem to be out of ammo pretty often. But
do we talk about his passive?
We did not.
Yeah, just bring it up. I mean, like there's gonna be some kind of rage mechanic here, and it's gonna be pulled off of Second Wind. So every time he attacks, an enemy gains buff and stacks up to 5 times or whatever number they end up going with.
It'd be a debuff, yeah. Basically like a Garrosh would receive a buff. It would be
Jay, go back to camps.
Yeah.
Go back to camps? Okay.
Yeah. But this is not something that Blizzard has confirmed. This is just our speculation on how a hero would play out.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone freaking out like, oh my god, they've announced Garrosh.
No, definitely not.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, that's I think what's really cool about this entire game is that when we were thinking about coming up with a hero, we immediately I keep doing it, champion, hero. We were thinking about hero. We thought it was cool to think about a hero that you could build in more than one way, which is kind of like how a lot of these heroes. And it's really funny because as we were talking about his passive, which is every time Garrosh attacks an enemy, he gains a buff for X amount of damage and stacks up to 5 times. Think about how that would play against somebody like Fairy Dragon. So Fairy Dragon would be like the counter to Garrosh.
I didn't even think of that. Holy shit.
right? So now you have this mechanic where you have to get those auto attacks in, and you take out a major part of Garrosh's damage because he has to keep auto attacking, and yet now he can't because the freaking fairy dragon is not there.
Fairy dragons go to, man.
Existence.
Fairy dragons go to. We made Garrosh too weak, apparently. Buff.
It already has hard counters.
Buffing.
Blizzard buff.
Back to the drawing board. All right. God.
But, you know,
these are cool, I think, little interactions that we could have between champions that, maybe not that many other games, I think, replicate right now.
Yeah,
but I think you'd see a lot of interesting plays with, okay, fairy dragon's in this lane, I need to move to the other side of the map to even just get anything accomplished, so it's just like, it'd be interesting to see how...
not a fairy dragon!
Wait, yo, wait till fairy dragon pops berserk on Garrosh. Garrosh has no chance.
It's cool, though. I mean, we're not going to avoid counters in this game. Like it's impossible. There's going to be situations where something like that will happen, where Garrosh just, if he was in the game off this build, he would not do well versus Fairy Dragon, potentially because of that phase shift. But, I mean, when you have over 100 characters, eventually there's going to be some blind counters.
I think it'll take a few years for it to
What
be
if
100
Fairy
characters,
Dragon is the new Teemo?
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Murky will be the new Teemo.
Yeah, Murky seems like the clear choice of being a Teemo, but if Murky is in the game, I just can't fathom how he's gonna play. I cannot wait to see. So just Murky is the first BlizzCon WoW pet. Is that correct? Okay. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. He either needs to be a playable character, or he just needs to have an entire map devoted to him.
Or he needs to be an announcer, where the announcer just goes, "Whoa," and that's all you hear.
I'd be down with that. So, guys, we burned through our topics. Is there anything you guys want to... I mean, there's a lot of Heroes news this week. Anything we didn't talk about you want to bust open?
What else happened this week?
I have a question.
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
All right, Mechatork in Hearthstone is a pretty RNG heavy card to play. Is that at all resemblance of his WoW likeness, and would we expect to see anything like that in a hero?
No, and I don't think so. I think RNG works in a card game because card games are RNG. It would be really, really weird though if they.
No. I mean, like, is that like the theme of his character, or is that just something that they just decided to throw onto the card?
No, it's not the theme.
Okay, all right. That's I don't know anything about Mechatork. So.
Look at this picture.
What?
So
that answers all my questions right there.
That's all I have to say.
Just like. I just want him to just like taunt in front of somebody, just doing that pose, and then everybody's main screen just turns into that picture.
Schamtoo, someone just said they would donate $600 to me if you took off your shirt. I would love to eat like 2 boxes of cereal.
$600 for 2 boxes of cereal.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying I can only afford 1 at a time. Maybe I could buy 2 next time I go to the store.
All right, so if I take off my shirt, you get $600.
Yeah. Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
Well,
it's happening.
I gotta switch the camera.
It was canceled.
Second shirt. Bam.
Bam. Bam. I don't know if that's technically considered a shirt since 50% of the V is missing. So
So there we go.
It's like kind of just half a shirt at this point.
Bam.
Well, I think that's all the heroes talk.
Boxes of cereal made of solid gold.
Bam.
I mean, the only other thing we really didn't talk about is like the idea of achievements. I think is another big thing that I think I want to see. I've never been into Xbox Live like scores or anything, but for some reason when it comes to Blizzard games, I have to get all of the achievements possible. Like in WoW, I will never get all the achievements in WoW. It's just not possible. But in StarCraft 2 and Diablo, it's a really nice added bonus. So I would really like to see achievements, and
it'll happen.
Yeah, like this many quests completed, et cetera, et cetera. So and it'll be cool to see like what kind of quirky Blizzard themed achievements they'll have that kind of reference each other game.
You know, Blizzard has always been one of the best companies, rather, that can cater to the casuals and knows how to draw them in. And achievements is definitely one of the best ways to do that.
Absolutely.
It reminds me of the Relevant XKCD where it's who is it? Who has to push the rock up the mountain every day? The Greek mythology. And he's about to push it up, and he's like, "Can we just add like a counter and an achievement based system for this?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "I'm fine with this then." I think it was XKCD.
And for actual news, since a lot of this stuff is actually just data mined, and a lot of this stuff is us theory crafting, if you do in fact pre-order Reaper of Souls, you do get you unlock Vala. So that's kind of like the one like true confirmation that the business model is in fact going to be like League of Legends, because if it's unlocking the character, all the characters are not pre-unlocked like Dota. So so yeah, this is something you can do now. Like if you go and you pre-order Diablo Reaper of Souls on Battle.net right now, or in theory if you could go to a store if you want a physical copy, you'll get a code to unlock Vala, and I think you have to redeem it by the 31st of March, and Diablo comes out on the 25th of March, but I could be wrong on the actual like limits of that. But I don't know. I pre-ordered the collectors because I'm a Blizzard nerd and I have to have collectors of everything. I have to have the StarCraft. Those StarCraft portraits are so sick, so I just have to have them. But
no shame.
You know, down the road, maybe collector's editions of WoW and stuff will give you like a special Arthas skin or something. Who knows? Blizzard, make it happen. Give me my fancy things.
Yeah.
Take my money.
He needs his bling.
I need my bling.
He needs his virtual bling.
I mean, so there was like a couple of other games that do it. Like, if you like on Facebook, you unlock a champion and you unlock a quirky little skin, and if you do this and this and this, you get a couple of other champions. I think that would be a great way to open up a couple of easy champions for people to get. And then like if we can just get some more skins that are related to other games, of course that would be cool too. Like, when you buy like what do you call it, StarCraft Heart of the Swarm, you got a Zergling pet, didn't you, in World of Warcraft?
Yep.
So I mean, those little things have always existed in Blizzard games, but they've always made me just say, darn it, why didn't I buy that game?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool, and all the different portraits like BlizzCon, you actually get a Stitches Marine portrait in StarCraft 2 if you attended BlizzCon or bought the virtual ticket, which is just really cool. And I don't know,
and you get ETC if you went to BlizzCon, which I have in every deck. In Hearthstone.
Such a bad card.
It's a terrible card. Every time I use ETC, I always get like the worst of the random cards that are generated, and my opponent always gets the like deal 5 damage to any single card one.
I think I've seen it once. I think I've seen someone play it against me once, and
I'm actually high ranked in the game, so I never see that card.
I don't play Hearthstone.
Because
I don't play it well.
It's bad. It's a horrible card.
Are you still Legend or what? Not this season?
No, not this season. I haven't played it all this season. I have been
step it up.
I've been Heroes of the Storming it, man. I sit on Reddit and just wait.
Sit on Reddit and wait.
All right, pretty much.
All right, everyone. Of all the skins you've seen, pick one skin. I'll go first. Uther Medic.
That one's so cool.
That's an easy one.
Yep. It's just
Mecha Tassadar.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one's good. I'll go last. I'll let OBM try and grab at the straws here.
I might say Mercablo, just because of
one's so
the
funny. That one's
wonkiness of it.
so cool.
Yep.
Oh, this one's tough. I really like the Skater Nova skin. I like her.
Okay,
I like just the way she like moves around the map. Like I like how they've changed her animation for the skin.
It is very cool. It is.
I think that is so cool.
The attention to detail is so cool there. Yeah.
I want to see a
she
Mutalisk.
should not have a mount.
A Mutalisk?
I want to see a Mutalisk for Brightwing.
What is
I want to see it. That's just perfect. It's too convenient.
They have to have a Mutalisk hero eventually.
And it has to.
That's even a possibility too. But if they don't, then it's got to be.
All right. Everyone pick one skin that you'll eventually want to see added to the game for a hero.
Well, that's not fair. I already answered.
Well, I want to see. I want to see.
This is hard.
All right.
We talked about it last week, but a vulture bike skin for mounts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be so cool.
That's.
Oh, we didn't talk about the mount skins. That freaking carpet. Are you serious?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, the magic carpet! I want to just get on the carpet, just be like, I can show you the world.
It's huge too. It's so big.
Screw the carpet when you got Money Pig. Holy crap.
Money Pig's sick too.
Money
I wasn't
Pig,
a fan-
really?
Dude, the Money Pig's so awesome.
No way, man. Carpet beats the crap out of it.
All right, let's look at these skins. So we got the Kodo. We got the Thunder Kodo.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the ponies. To be honest,
I'm not a big fan of the ponies. Here, if you guys have not seen this is Beach Party
Look-
Sketches.
Look at how good that is.
Yeah.
Look at the quality of that model.
Look at the. Is this like a Zergling? I was trying to figure
No,
it out. Like, it's like dangling. It's a little skeleton thing.
it's just bones, man.
I don't know. I thought it was a Zergling. All right.
It's such a good skin.
So we got ponies or horses. These horses are quite buff. They work out.
Have to be.
Then we got war horses. These horses work out a little bit more because they have armor.
Very similar to the WoW war horses you can get.
But I like these a lot more actually.
Yeah. I love the dire wolves. They look so cool.
They look so good. They look.
I mean, the only reason I played Orc in World of Warcraft was to get Direwolf.
That's a pretty good reason. Then we got the Cyber Wolves, which is what's that show? Zoids. This was like a throwback to Zoids.
Oh yes.
Oh man.
I saw.
I can't believe
back
you just
here.
did that.
Dino Raptor. Go Liger!
That show is so epic. I forgot.
I used to
about
watch it at my grandma's house before school every morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, every morning before school, that show was on.
It was.
We are showing our age here.
Yeah, then we got these real buff. These are the buffest of all the horses. The
They are surprisingly more manly than the other horse. Like it, I think it's the same exact model, but the color scheme is different. But the color scheme like gets rid of shading, so they just look 8 times more bulky.
Yo, this is.
I mean, have you been to the rainbow? I forget what the level's called on Diablo 3 though.
Of course.
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Like those ponies will mess you up, man. They will shit on you if you're not paying attention.
They'll shit
They're
on
good.
you if you are paying attention. They do not care.
Oh, we
They're
need.
good.
There's got to be an homage to the cow level somewhere. Oh, that
Oh,
could be a hero. The hero.
Dude, you know, no lie,
Holy
with the
crap.
custom map making in this game, you know one of the first ones released is going to be a
Secret
cow
cow.
level map.
Oh,
You know
yes.
it.
Oh.
Yo.
Momo. I'm going to go play Diablo. Great. I'm gonna go play Diablo. All right, move on to the best mounts.
No. This
Yes.
Move on to the next one.
Oh wow.
the
Oh, I
ponies.
forgot about the ponies.
You said the
Which
best
were
mounts.
playable at BlizzCon, but they were really, really, really tiny at BlizzCon.
They looked-
like
they
they weren't
looked
even
different.
they were
Yeah.
half that size.
Yeah.
Well, look
Like,
at
it's like
look at
Diablo.
Illidan's legs on these ones. He's wait, and if you turn on the sign angle, it looks different.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right.
These
Money
are the cool ones.
Pig!
Money Pig is so cool.
He's
dollar
just so
sign-
creepy looking. He looks so satisfied that somebody's
Yeah.
Like-
riding.
Stitches
Illidan-
riding that is gonna look so right.
Like I feel like
Illidan-
as soon as the money pig comes out, you should just hear. That's the face he's got. It's so creepy.
That's funny. And the best mount. It's so cool. Look at that. That is such a cool mount.
It's so huge.
It's actually just massive.
Oh,
Which is
man.
why I'll never play characters like Sergeant Hammer. Because Sergeant Hammer can't ride a carpet.
Yeah, but
That's
let's
part
just
about
talk about
carpet is that it can carry Sergeant Hammer.
That's actually a really good question to pose for the fairy dragon. Is the fairy dragon having a mount? Is it going to be able to like phase through walls? Maybe that's what its Z will do. It'll temporarily let it travel through structures and walls and stuff. That's kind of the first thing that came to mind because for Falstad, he has I think it's like a 45 second cooldown ability that lets him basically jump. Like I don't know if it's anywhere on the map, half the map, or what, but he can go real far. And the siege tank has a boost, but I cannot see Fairy Dragon riding him out. So, what do you guys think? I mean, like I said, I picture him or her.
I think you're right. There'll be some kind of movement mechanic. I don't see a
Well,
mount either.
it's the mount button. It's going to be a movement mechanic, but
Okay, you know what I mean. Like there'll be some kind of dash involved. Well, I mean, she already has a dash.
yeah, it
on
has
the,
dash. So I'm
the heels.
thinking like it'll allow her to pass through tree lines and stuff like that.
Okay. Or a blink type thing.
Huh.
How do you think they'll do fairy dragon skins?
Mutalisk.
Other than a Mutalisk? Come on.
Oh!
But
that's gonna be a difficult one.
it could be a butterfly.
A bat, a butterfly.
Butterfly.
Yeah, just really anything that flies.
But not just like a butterfly, but like a butterfly patterned fairy dragon. Or
Dude,
something.
it'd be so cool if Blizzard, like, it would get Blizzard so many players if they made a fairy dragon bird Jesus skin.
So it's
A
just
Mothra
Pidgeotto?
skin.
Here we go. Jesus Christ.
ATV, all-terrain vehicle. All right, let's not talk about Twitch plays Pokemon right now.
We'll end up making this a 3-hour show if we do. So yeah, it's good to derail now.
Yeah.
So I mean, any final thoughts, guys? I mean, we're hitting that 1 hour mark soon.
There was actually something that I was talking to my roommate that I want to throw out there. Is that we were talking about how the leveling mechanic works. We discussed back and forth. And one of the things that we kind of realized was that, and this actually happened in the last show match as well, and I wanted to bring it up, but I totally forgot because I'm terrible at this, was that if you think about the level 19 to level 20 gap, right? Where everybody suddenly has like all their ults and everything, but then all of a sudden they have their heroic abilities, of the storm abilities, I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
That's like, there's a lot of strategy that you could put around that, because now you have to think about this in terms of timing attacks, right? Like forcing a fight. In other games, when levels are kind of like stagnant, like you can have like one guy who's like level 8, and then there's, maybe a couple of people who are level 5 or something. And so it's a little bit more difficult to set up a timing attack, like a specific, at this point, we will go. However, in Heroes of the Storm, now you have this ability to do that.
No, that's
right?
huge.
So like,
That's a good
like
point.
you think about it, like on this creep, we are gonna hit level 20, and we are gonna freaking engage on those guys.
Yeah, and what do? They split, they run.
It's a good point.
Because of the storm abilities, if you guys don't know what they are, one of them is like a flash, you can blink, essentially. One of them does like burst damage every time you kill something.
Yeah, every time
it's
they
just like
something
explosion
that
corpse.
500 around it.
And then the other one does your AA, like, chains and hits the things next to it for like 25% damage for like 2 targets next to it or something. All super, super strong, talents to pick up.
Yeah.
There's another one for 5 seconds.
It won,
yeah.
There was the revive. No, so the revive was nerfed since BlizzCon, because at BlizzCon it was ridiculously overpowered. You would respawn in place. It was your like in place.
Oh no! Reincarnation.
Yeah. So at BlizzCon I was playing Diablo, I remember, and I just went full tank, and it's every 120 seconds. Whenever you die, you respawn at the same location. And so it would be every 120 seconds before they would be able to even kill me, because I was Diablo full tank. And then I would just die and come back up again. And then just continue on my mind.
It was more confusing with Tyrael, because he has that after death animation. So you would die, and then you would send out the ghost, and then it would explode, and then you would show up back in place again. Everyone's like, "Is that an ability? Like, what's good? I thought I killed you." It was a mess. It was a mess.
Incredibly confusing.
But now you are returned after 5 seconds to the fountain, so you don't have to wait the 50, 60 seconds or whatever. Which I think is an interesting ability. But still, I mean, everybody could spec that. You could get into a massive battle, and I think it's not as easy to heal back up in Heroes of the Storm compared to other games. Like they do have the mana wells, but they run out of charges. Yeah. So everybody dies. The whole entire team respawns, jumps onto mounts, and then charges again. Like there's little things that you could do in this way, where you have like a massive advantage. Especially
you could
with
do like suicide runs and stuff. To kill the town hall.
Yeah.
And if everybody gets their ult at the same level too. Or their heroic ability, I should say.
But this adds so much depth to the strategy of the game as well. Like,
it's
do you
it
all
get a very timing attack game? Like you could all start to calculate.
I wonder if it'll be stronger at level 10 than at level 20, because some people pick up really strong crowd controls with their ults, And so in a situation where you didn't have the ability to just lock everyone down, maybe you do now. So as soon as you hit level 10, boom, everyone's locked down and they're where they don't really want to be at all. I think that might even be stronger, but it's a good point. I don't think that we have really put too much thought into that yet. It's interesting.
This game is going to be, it's so different from anything that's out there. It's so unique. So the meta is going to be evolving constantly because everyone's going to be figuring out new stuff constantly. And as they add new characters to the game, it's gonna be amazing.
I can't wait. Yeah, there's just so much depth to it and so much uncertainty. It's gonna be fun, and I can't wait till the beta comes around.
Hopefully sooner than later.
Yeah.
And
hopefully we're in it quick.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Wink, wink. I mean, we've been talking your show up a lot on this show, so we should, continue doing that, I would assume. It would be a shame if somebody started saying Heroes of the Storm is not going to be amazing.
Well, that was...
As everybody awkward.
Classic.
Well, that was a good episode, guys. I'm glad we were able to freestyle it for an extra 20 minutes. That was good.
Easy.
The thing is there's so much to talk about. It's just hard to break it all down. Like stuff's gonna be continually be data mined. If we know MMO Champion and these other guys, that's just what they do. Like whenever a WoW expansion is coming out, the data mining is like relentless. To just do stuff constantly. So
I guess we could touch on HeroNexus.com.
I mean,
really quickly.
HeroesNexus.com is basically MMO Champion's new website. I have already made it my homepage.
Me too.
They're the ones who are kind of data mining all the stuff we showed today. I mean, real quick, if you
check it out.
I mean, we made a thread there already for the podcast. It seems to be like the one. There's a few like really good community sites out there, but I've just been a fan of Curse Networks for a very long time. But yeah, just HeroesNexus.com. They have all the current confirmed heroes in the game, even though like these are the 100%. So it's just kind of nice, and you can check them all out by clicking seeing their profile, read about them. There's a lot of images. It's just the website. It's flawless, really. So
it's good. It's a good site. So let's do some shout outs, guys. Good show. Always love talking Heroes of the Storm, and once there's actually community stuff going on, we might be able to. It's gonna be a great time. I can't wait for HOTS to launch. But Jake, go ahead and do some shoutouts, man.
Yeah. First thing, real quick. What is our email again? It's townhallalliance@gmail.com. Is that right? So if you guys ever have any if you guys like to draw, you guys like to do that kind of stuff, just send us some sketches of skin ideas you have and stuff like that, because
we'll show them off on the show.
We'd like to do a segment like that where we kind of show off your guys' ideas. We're gonna do our one weekly hero like we did for Garrosh. But if you guys have ideas for skins for heroes that already exist, or like even a new hero, send them our way. That's townhallalliance@gmail.com.
Did we agree on what hero we're doing next week?
Nope. We'll do it tonight.
To be determined. Surprise.
That's got to be off.
It would be nice if we could announce on the show who they could send sketches.
Oh, you're really.
Come on, man. I can't.
Come on.
Okay, for next week. So also, if you have any questions, you can email them to townhallalliance@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Remember how long it took us to agree on Garrosh?
It did. That took a while. We have a very argumentative group when it comes to picking what hero.
No.
omegablackmage, man.
God, I didn't get my shout-outs.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot, Jake. I forgot. You went off topic. Again.
Shout out to my mom for being awesome.
Oh, she's a very nice lady. Very nice lady.
Shout out to shout out to the Heroes of the Storm Alliance. And
great chat group.
Shout out to you guys for being here with me.
Yeah, absolutely. Good show. Good show.
OBM, take it away, man.
First of all, because I was belittled last time for this, follow me at omegablackmage on Twitter. Good show. Thanks for having me on, guys. And again, Heroes Nexus, because that was a lot of our content today. Check them out. Good stuff there. That's it.
Kev.
Shout out to me. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. I'm out.
Easy. That was graceful. Also follow him at Schamtoo. You can also follow the show at Town Hall Show on Twitter. You can also follow the stream. For now, all future episodes will be on the stream, but that could change it. Yep. I'm Zoia. You can follow me at IVD Zoia on Twitter. You can also check out my team, IVDgaming.com. We have a StarCraft 2 roster that is playing in the current Shellcraft Clan Wars. Make sure you cheer them on, as well as you can cheer on our Hearthstone squad, which I am a part of. And, make sure you guys keep an eye out for episode 2 or episode 3. It's going to be the exact same time next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, as well as the VOD will be posted either tonight or tomorrow on the Heroes of the Storm subreddit, as well as on Twitter. And thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys for episode 3.
Absolutely.
Peace out.
My hand is waving in and out of existence. I'm like the fairy dragon.
Keep waving. I just remembered I'm running the stream.
So professional.
It's gonna make you keep waving.
Those muscles have years of practice. All right, they're not gonna get tired anytime soon.
All right, guys, thanks for watching.